Good morning, students. Hello, all of you. Today we will learn civics lesson number 4, fundamental rights part 1. There are two parts, part 1 and part 2. First, we will learn part 1. In this lessons, we will learn about the fundamental rights, rights to equality, rights to freedom, and rights against exploitation. Okay, so now we will see the first point, that is fundamental rights. Fundamental rights, we get certain rights like the rights to life at the birth. Now what does this means? When you get the birth, you get the right to live your life. Okay, every individual will be able to develop his her potential skills and qualities when discriminations, injustice and exploitation ends. What this means, that you can present your own skills, you can get more and more qualities, you can increase your qualities, you can show your potential anywhere else as you can. You have the rights to create atmosphere conducive to development of every individual. The Indian Constitution has conferred certain rights on all the citizens. They are known as the fundamental rights. These three rights are known as fundamental rights. Okay. Now second is rights to equality. It implies that, what does this rights implies that is given to us? It implies that the state cannot discriminate between the citizens on the ground of the religion, caste, race, sex, descent, or place of the birth in the matter of the public employment. This is the right. This right is means what? The discrimination cannot be done between the religions or the caste or the sex or the place of birth. You can get birth in India as well as in the UAE. So there are no different rights for different peoples. Okay, that is the equality before law. That is equal protection of the law to every individuals. Abolition of the practice of untouchability and abolition of the title that creates an article hierarchy among the people. After that, rights to freedom. The following 6 freedoms have been conferred on the citizens by the Constitution. Now, rights to freedom, there are 6 freedoms which are mentioned over here. The first is that the freedom of a speech and expression, means he can give any type of speech, he can show any expressions, he or she have fully rights of that. Freedom to assemble peacefully, freedom to form association and the trade union, freedom to move throughout the territory of India, freedom to reside and settle down in any part of the India except Jammu and Kashmir. Means they have the freedom to settle in India as well as in any other place. Means now he is, for example, if he or she is in the Brumbad, and after that, after some days, she or he have to shift to Chiploon. So she or he has a right to shift and stay over or settle over there. Okay, freedom to practice any lawful professions, occupations, trade or business of one's choice. There were 6 points for the citizen of Constitution. Now the second freedom, right to freedom, guarantees rights to life and freedom from unlawful arrest or detention. Right to education has been added to the right to freedom. Okay, now the last point of the lesson is that right against exploitation. What rights against exploitations, which are they? We will see that it implies ban on all forms of exploitations, ban on employing children below the age of 14 in place of the hazardous employments. Means what? They make the child's below 14, they works in the factories or anywhere else, that is banned. Means what? That is had stopped. Okay, the children's below the age of 14, they are given for the further studies, they are not allowed to work. Our constitution has made a special provision to prevent the exploitation of the children's. Now the points of right to equality and right to equality and right to freedom is shortly mentioned in the table. See, right of freedom, that in right of freedom, that is right of speech, speech, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, freedom of movement, freedom of residence, and freedom of profession. After that, right to equality. Right to equality prohibits discrimination, equality before law, equal protection of law, equal opportunity in public employment, abolition of untouchability, abolition of titles. Okay, have you clear? Have you understood? Okay, so refer your textbook and read the lesson.